Hey guys, we have some visitors at the barn here. We have Jaxon all the way from Michigan and his family, and I'm going to hand it off to Rick so that I can sit on my behind.
How's it going?
Yes.
Then we got
point cameras at each other.
yes,
Yeah.
metal Pete.
Yeah. Point cameras at each other and.
Well, go ahead and give Jaxon a tour.
Okay, so first you entered the bay. Okay, so you can see there's a lot of choices of mine just because when you're at the time we acquired the space. We've talked about what we wanted to put up.
Oh yeah, food exists.
So one of my biggest choices.
Not really.
when we first looked
I have some
at
Mike and Ike's though. I could eat those.
Scale.
Scales feel, yeah.
Yeah. Now
This one's your green.
Honestly, yeah.
I would imagine it was mine.
Oh, those ones back there are really cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of Emerson fans.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing with those, they came out of a church. In fact, well, here's the thing. That's one of the reasons why we like those so much. It's like childhood, we'd see.
Those were kind of like the backbone of the commercial fan scene for a long time. So like we don't see them as much anymore because most of them are hitting 40+ years old. But like that's
Still run really good?
well,
sometimes they need a little something, but always fixable.
One thing Dan says is they tend to baby theirs, the way they run theirs.
Okay.
Yeah, churches are easy on fans usually.
Yeah, we run them on low mainly for
Airflow. Oh,
Heat.
to push the heat.
yes, push the heat, and more so, especially in the old churches, like the historic era churches that are like plastered ceilings and ornate everything.
Right.
Like the old Lutheran and Catholic churches I can example you with,
Okay.
where a lot of the heat can escape out of that plastered ceiling.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that old, like 1920s and back.
Okay.
Some of them put those kind of.
In the like mid to late 70s, there was a craze to add fans because they saw it as like an energy saving kind of move.
Okay.
So that's we end up seeing a lot of stuff from that era because there was this big push to start, put it.
Keep the tour moving
Yeah.
so that Jaxon has time to test some fans.
I've noticed from watching videos while he's been growing up that like a lot of the fan videos are like in churches. Like
There's a lot of really
do
cool
you guys have these on like
controls.
remote control?
Well, yeah, the solid
Just
state controls
like
over
they
there.
would be in a commercial
Okay.
setting.
Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of replicated the way you would see it in a commercial
that's the whole
setting.
thing is we're trying to explain things, so.
Yeah.
And one of those things is, we see all of the fans here on wall controls to replicate solid state, variable. That's how they would.
Jaxon, do you have like a favorite type of fan? Do you have like a specific one that you really like, or just
The one that I really love the most is probably a Casablanca Victorian.
Okay.
Solid
well,
choice.
We got one ready
yes,
to
those
test.
are can't go wrong with those.
I wanted to see one in.
They're classy fans.
Oh, right here.
That's
Well, that's Columbia, but similar. There's definitely Victorians around.
And so, but this side we just acquired this past year.
Oh, it used to be split.
Well,
They used to have a bunch of crap over here.
Okay.
There just used to be all sorts of hoarded junk from past tenants, who knows where.
Uh-huh.
But
That looks like the old living
And-
fan.
Ooh, that's way nicer than our old living room.
So that's
Yeah.
was Silicon?
that is
Yeah,
a Silcon.
yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah,
They're
so Dan,
Yes,
kind
sir.
of tell us about acquiring this side here.
Yeah, so me and another friend of mine who plays and works on organs had a different shop in a different small town outside of Madison, and that building got sold, and so we moved our shop over here. So this over here is me and another organist and organ tech, and then over on this side is essentially me and Pete, and then we kind of share the space, the workspace, so we can work on organs or fans.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but we just acquired this space this past year, basically.
And obviously, it didn't take long for them to do all this.
Lights and fans, that's the other thing I'm into, is a lot of vintage lights.
Yes.
Really?
He likes Tiffany man.
Oh, Tiffany lamps.
Oh man, well, wait till tomorrow.
Commercial lights.
Oh.
Plenty of that.
A lot of those
like
old
that, too?
fluorescents, yes.
Rick's actually gonna go with us tomorrow.
I am. I
Awesome.
originally wasn't going to, but I'm actually off work, so
Oh,
I can.
good.
Yes.
Yay.
Rick's been a bunch of times, I think.
I have. I think this will be my
And so
fourth
we
time.
put fans
Third
on
or
this
fourth?
side because we want to have
Yeah.
fans and cool lighting.
Oh, heck yeah.
Still to show off, and like the very back lights, those ring lights we like to call them. those.
On top. I like those.
Yes.
No, the ones on the ceiling.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was a like kind of mid-century era design that was
Because
supposed
I
to,
used see
you know,
them in
look like a stacked.
schools a lot, like
oh, I
say
think these are awesome.
elementary schools, because a lot of elementary school for kids in the 80s and 90s were still from mid-century.
Right.
So I would see a lot of
I
the
just remember
fluorescent lights like that, like the ones on the wall there.
Those, yeah, those were definitely a staple.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
more
yeah.
in there, so. But those are
Oh,
pretty
the
neat.
okay,
And then
I
the
get
big fluorescents are from Woolworths. They were custom made for Woolworths.
That middle one?
The two.
No, those two really long ones.
But that
Yeah.
middle one is what's called, I don't know if he's familiar with them, maybe because he's so young and they've been replaced, called HID lights.
Oh.
Okay, these look straight up on the ceiling like the peak. Those are also known as high intensity discharge lights.
Oh.
And
Those kind of
for-
greenish ones.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Uh-huh.
or even those two on the posts there.
Uh-huh.
Well, the thing with those is every gym I went to school at had them. So like gym class,
Yeah.
first gym class had to wait for the lights to come on.
Oh my god.
And I was fascinated with
Yeah.
the startup.
If you notice, there's kind of a common theme here. A lot of the stuff that's hanging here is something we remember from when we were younger, or something that
I
used to
was
be
just
a
gonna say
backbone
that. I
of
watched one
some.
of Dan's,
Yeah.
or the newscast from Madison,
Mhm.
Yes.
and one of the things you said that they asked you what got you into fans or what, and it
I
was
was
about
fascinated.
nostalgia from childhood.
Yes.
He is like that. Like,
Absolutely.
yes. That's,
He's like an old soul.
like.
That's another common theme here
Is
amongst
that?
amongst a lot of us. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everything from.
Oh yeah.
He started with clocks when he was like 2, and then it turned into ceiling fans, and
What
then
did it start
anything
with?
that
The
spun.
Clocks, he said.
Clocks.
Clocks and
Oh, I
fans.
do have a wind up in my bedroom.
I love those like.
Shelf type.
How about those like 70s flip clock things? Those mechanical. You know, I have a bunch of those. I like those.
Mine, I have one at home that's all mechanical, wind up.
They're so cool.
And
They're-
it's got
yeah.
3 different tunes to chime. It works, it's like a grandfather clock except shelf size.
Yeah, I
It's,
mean,
it's similar, it works just like it, where you can select the tunes, turn it off, and it goes off every 15 minutes.
can you adjust that?
Oh yeah, it's, well, like the 15-minute chime.
Just like one chime?
Well, yeah, you can
Yeah.
change the chime, but every like 15, it's like quarter after, it's does a quarter of the tune,
Oh.
then half past, and
You'll
then
do half?
3/4,
No way.
So-
and then the full tune on the
Why don't
other.
you show them upstairs?
Okay, so this is, that's the organ shop. We had 2 more industrials like these, unions.
There's two
because
missing
they're
there
out
because
for repair.
we had a little bit of water issues, so
Water
we're
issues, and
working
I
on that.
have them taken apart, and we gotta get them worked on.
Hey,
So-
Jackson, are you familiar with Jonas at all? Have you seen Jonas in some of the videos?
Not really.
Okay,
Oh.
he's a character. That's all I'll say.
Yes,
He's
So-
something else.
I would want to know more at some point.
yes.
Emerson's.
He's kind of like somebody described him as a steampunk circus master.
Ooh. It
That's
sounds
not-
like what I imagine House on the Rock to.
He kind of is House on the Rock in a
Pretty
sense.
much. I'd say that's fair.
We're staging them to test. On the shelf too, we just ran out of space, but there's 2 that are mine right there. I just tested already, but I make fan hauls myself, and one of my favorite proud hauls was.
That's where you test the fans. I've seen
Yes.
the camera right there. It's
Yes.
so many videos.
Oh
I
yeah.
just watched the video on accident.
Cool. Awesome.
Yellow Emerson.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't
Yeah,
mention
some
the
of
little
these,
globes
okay,
yet, but
all
you
of
just
the
Oh,
controls
those are
are
his
over there
favorite.
for
Yeah.
The
the stands.
fluted ones.
Just like out there, that whole panel of controls.
Caribbean Breeze.
Yes, that's a 4-blade.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's a rare one there with the 4 metal blades.
So you can see.
By the way, this light fixture right here came out of the hospital Michael Jackson was born in.
No way.
One of those
Oh my
St.
God.
St. Mary's Mercy Hospital in Gary,
blades are out
Indiana.
there,
Yep.
but we haven't tested it yet.
Fun
It's a steel
fact.
cloth.
Yeah. No, it's got a little history
I
there.
love that.
One is brown, a tannish color. The other is blue sailcloth blades.
I think my mom kind of likes that, the blue sailcloth.
Yeah,
Oh.
we got
Those
The
are pretty
outdoor
cool.
one?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are pretty
Uh-huh.
cool.
That's
I
that.
remember that.
That fan.
Oh, is that cast iron too?
Oh yeah, those
Oh,
would
man.
be same.
Those are boat anchors.
same motor.
I have one.
Good
I
boat
know.
anchor, but good boat anchors.
Up here, I just turned it off just so you can kind of see that it's a
Oh.
4-blade versus a 3-blade.
Yeah, vast majority of those are 3 if they're metal blade. The 4-blade ones are usually wood blade, but that's metal,
Right.
so kind of a weird variant.
It
It's
is.
just-
I've
Just
never
about that.
seen a 4-bladed one.
It's weird,
Well, at
yeah.
least a 4 metal-bladed one.
Yeah.
Is that Casablanca?
No, that's a
No, that's a
Green.
moss.
It's
Okay.
Jackson,
Yeah.
Yep.
did you see the little fluted glasses just like you bought?
Oh yeah.
at Habitat?
Yep.
We went to Habitat for Humanity and you found those little fluted.
Oh, the tulips, yeah.
Oh,
you
those
had
are
to
dime
have
a
them.
dozen.
Yeah, those were pretty much
You
a
want-
staple.
Yeah,
of-
one of my
Wanted them.
proudest haul. I got 3 more Emersons there. They're 1895s.
Those white ones.
Yeah, right in
Yeah.
the middle there. I got
Is that
them.
your van, like yours?
Got them from the former Fuddruckers.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a name from the past. You don't hear about
Yeah,
Fuddruckers
I
much
know.
Yeah,
anymore,
I
right?
just got
Oh,
some
the
fans
yellow.
from a Fuddruckers.
Oh, another Terra.
Oh yeah, Dan
Yeah.
loves Terras.
Those are fun restaurants.
The
Yes,
infamous red
I pulled
original.
fans
We
from the former
tested
one.
that one recently.
What's that one?
That is a moss trop, or that's a golden fan, or actually is moss tropical breeze.
Oh.
Delta 2,
Oh yeah.
Panama.
It's basically a
Terra.
view fan.
Ooh,
Ooh,
what's
look at
this
that
one?
beautiful one.
Which one?
That is an
Oh.
extremely old fan. That's from the 1890s. It's
carving?
like literally one of the
Yes.
first electric ceiling fans.
Oh,
That's
black
Made by
and white.
Emerson.
Oh, that's
It's actually not as heavy as like
Oh,
this one is probably heavier than that, believe it or not.
No kidding.
But that one is
Yeah.
ancient, and it doesn't even run on standard electricity. It uses like 108 volts.
Okay.
So we had to have like a special
Wow.
thing to step
Yeah.
it down to the right.
We have a variac
Yeah.
control. We still now we've been using it regularly.
Just to
bring the
stabilize voltage.
Bring it up to like 120.
Yeah. And we noticed we got more of the rings in here
Ring
too.
lights.
I love those.
They're very cool.
Those, there's
So
a specific school I actually ended up getting them from that was in
Uh-huh.
Milwaukee because we responded to a Craigslist ad
Uh-huh.
and I actually
All
ended
from
up.
one school?
Yes,
Okay.
these 4.
Did you guys go upstairs already or no?
Not yet.
We're working on it.
Whoops. But yeah, you can see our theming. He talked with me about it. With hardware store themed fans in here. Like an old hardware store
Yeah.
that was like
More of the same classroom lights too. You know, those same.
Yeah.
Those were like so common. Every single school had those
Yes, in
well into the
classrooms.
90s before they remodeled.
Oh,
But,
yeah, tassel, yes.
Yeah,
That
he's
one's-
got one.
oh yeah, those are fun.
Oh, I
Those are
love
so
those
fun.
because that's just what I seen on fans a lot.
Yeah.
This one was my idea here, adding the Emerson. It actually
Yeah.
says Emerson on it.
Yes, it does. Kind of like it's just like a Casablanca dongle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
much like
Except
that.
it's an Emerson,
Do you
but
think that, like, loving the ceiling fans and stuff and lights, it has something to do with above you? Like, you're just always looking up?
yeah.
And, like, you
Interesting.
find it, like, things above draw your attention?
I was having a conversation with somebody the other day
Uh-huh.
who talked about being bored in church as a kid, and they would always just zone out on the stained glass. And I like the stained glass, but I always look up at the lights and ceiling fans, and then I always like to look at the instruments too.
Okay.
I don't know. I wonder if it has less. I feel like it's probably more that if you are.
Yep.
I think if you're interested in something that tends to be on the ceiling, you'll notice other things that are also on the ceiling. So then, like, you get a lot of fan and lighting crossover that way.
Right.
But also, I think a part of it is just like if you're somebody that's easily bored, whether you're ADD or whether you just have like an innate curiosity, then if you're in a space, especially like not a house but like a commercial space or a school or a church, most of the things to look at are up. If you think about it, there might be
true.
some stuff on the walls,
Yeah.
but like, well, you know,
Like, he would notice smoke detector.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there-
Fire
I get
drills.
that.
There's a guy in our. There's somebody very into fire alarms in our fan community.
There's
Actually,
a few
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so it was like
Some-
little things. I
Jack
just always noticed.
Williamson, I know him.
Ben Phelps is a big
Are
one.
you guys
He,
into electricity too, or like
Well,
electrical?
sure.
Oh, yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
Wire and
you
stuff?
kind of have to be if we're gonna make this
to
happen.
do this, how do you think I did all this?
Yeah, yeah.
Put all these lights in. In fact, I pulled a few, there was just only a few like standard shop lights, you know, fluorescent shop lights in here. I pulled those down and
Yeah, no problem.
gradually
with
put
that.
up all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Added wiring, added outlets, because thing is, you can see I just plugged them all in.
Okay, well let's show them the upstairs real quick so then we can get to testing
I know
stuff.
you can.
Well, we got the office and that all
Oh
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
The office
well-
is pretty cool.
Well,
Jackson like
I've
the
just seen
remotes
so
and
many fans
everything
that I've
that
never
come
seen.
Hey, Jackson, do you know what this is?
That's an Emerson.
Yes.
Yes,
Sure,
that's
that's
a
my
blender.
all-time favorite right there.
Yeah,
I
it
have
is.
a
What
lot
makes
of.
you love it?
I still love.
There was a
just
car
as-
museum I went to when I was a kid that had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what they were at the time. I mean, it's an odd profile compared to most fans. And once I realized what it was, I'm like, yeah, that's my favorite fan. I love those.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
I
I've
like
seen a lot of
Barbie,
them,
so I
too.
get the like thing from
Well,
when you're,
see,
like,
I'm into old cars too, so it's like good fans, cars, a really outdated building. This is all the things I
Right,
like. So
right.
it was
Oh,
just,
yeah.
you know, I could see how
Yeah.
that happened.
But Barbie's from my childhood.
Yeah, like from the,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
But me, it's like also.
My mom collected
the way I
Barbies for a
play
while,
music
Yeah.
long time ago. Yeah, I don't think she has them
playing
anymore.
it on the actual stereo system
Okay.
and on records too.
Uh-huh.
Here's the loft.
It's way cooler in there.
And we should actually.
It's
way
just,
cooler.
No, I'm talking about when we go
demonstrate for a
upstairs.
second.
Just because some of that stuff hasn't been inventoried
Yeah.
yet.
They like that this came from the Michael Jackson Hospital.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Finger eater.
Oh, that's a finger eater. We've called
Yes.
those finger
Oh, yeah,
eaters
finger eaters.
since he was little.
Yeah, good name.
Yep. But I just wanted to show the orbital.
over here.
The, Westinghouse. What do we call that? A rotier.
Rotaire.
Rotier.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of a combination of a portable fan and a ceiling fan.
I love
in a
that.
sense. Yeah.
That's
It's
ultra
neat.
cool.
Funny thing is, I think the church that came out of they didn't even
Yes.
charge you much, if anything, for it because they thought it didn't work according to them. So
Yeah. That's blue neon.
Lakewood.
It is crazy up here.
so that is a Menards lighted housing neon fan, and I'm giving that away free because the neon's dead. So the fan works great, but sad the neon doesn't work on it. Oh yeah.
Jackson, is this?
That's anything here is for sale or probably very cheap if not free. So
Not all of it's cheap, but all of it's for sale.
all of it's for sale. Yeah.
Some of it's cheap.
Some of it's free. So those things a couple of these I'd give away.
We had a Kmart Alaska in our living room. I hated my dad for throwing it away.
Before we knew he was
It,
into,
it happened to all of us. I think every parent threw away one fan at least. It happens.
Story of the galaxy by
Oh yeah,
Wes.
Reese. Yeah, the Galaxy by Alaska.
Yes.
Why? What's that story?
Well, basically, it's a box fan,
Uh-huh.
and it did actually burn out, on him, and they did not know about fixing fans that they could have.
I bet he could have fixed it.
Yeah, that's what he thought too. At the time, he was too little to understand that he could have fixed that, and his dad didn't know any better either.
Uh-huh.
But on the show, there was a hookup for him to get it at the museum on the TLC show that he was
Okay.
on, and it was waiting for him there.
So he did get it?
Yes, a replacement for it.
Jeez.
He did get it.
One of these sounds like gravel in a blender. Like
That's the CEC up there.
Oh, it's.
I gotta.
Oh
work
yeah,
on
those
that.
bearings are dying.
But
Is this
oh,
a sweet sound for you, Bub? That sound?
Yeah.
and also all of these. There's the control panel.
Oh yeah.
You made it kind of like a mixing board in a sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that is so cool.
Oh,
it's a lot of controls.
yes. I have my own coding system to know what fan is what on each controller. I'm bigger on industrials.
Yes, I like the fancy,
Yeah.
frilly
Okay.
brass. Are these brass?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No,
You like the
Victoria. That's a Victoria model.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yes, it is. We got one downstairs ready. One of the things I love to do up here is to demonstrate what I call the madness of these industrials.
Oh yeah.
These are all like commercial grade fans that are designed for very high output. As in, they're never
Blow
meant
you
for
away.
there to be this many in a space like this.
Yeah.
So it's something.
Creating weather, she says.
Oh yeah, easily.
Literally and figuratively.
I like them so much as a kid. Grocery store was the place I always see them at. I don't have that at the grocery store. I have Pick and Save, Kohl's, that damn wood, Indians out of the Kohl's grocery store. I use a place to live. I love these things too. So I'll show the back just yeah, that is another $18.95.
Emerson.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Million industrial.
Oh yeah. Pete likes his industrials.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's just like churches and then even the stores. Not just grocery stores, but even like furniture stores.
I mean, it was the backbone of the commercial fan industry for a long time. I mean, it's.
Yeah, stuff like
I mean, they still are to some degree.
yeah, some of the furniture stores have them all over their store.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That is
Charleston.
no, I think that's an Old South.
Yeah, it's a fort. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, Charleston would have had narrower vents than that. That style of vents is the
Is that a Panama right there? I think that's a Panama.
yeah, that's Panama.
Nice, there you go.
Victoria.
Yes.
Man, if you're ever in Illinois, there's a hotel that's packed with Zephyrs, Panamas, and a few Hunters. I think you would love it if you like this kind of stuff. You know which one I'm talking about, right, Pete? That Holiday Inn that Stuart and I have been to.
Yeah.
A ton of IT Casablancas. Yep. Veranda deluxe.
Yes.
It's funny. It's still funny, like how these are made of plastic and yet they're actually really good fans.
Yes, I know.
It's you don't think they'd be good, but they actually are.
They are. That's kind of another favorite, and it's.
Plastic
I
one.
would consider it a commercial, you know.
It's almost there, yeah. You
No
saw
way.
them. You saw them in commercial
Hardware
environments.
stores
Yeah.
is the one place I always think about.
Mhm.
Or the 36-inch designer, the the
Yep.
plastic
Oh, yeah.
designer. There's a 36-inch one that always gets me thinking of the Milwaukee Zoo.
Yeah, that's like one of the few Emerson variants I don't have. I really want one of those
it's
eventually.
the Milwaukee Zoo I always loved, you know.
The Rick section.
That is a Rossetti.
Oh, I've never seen
Yeah, it's
anything
like
yet.
ceramic and then a cast iron K55 style motor to it.
There's another Panama.
Yes, it
there.
does. The Phantom
What- what-
Okay.
Yes, the original was called a bird fan. Dan has an antique.
I see that in the video.
It's cool, and that was the original idea.
Still amazes me that was designed like 100 years ago. I mean, it was in like the 20s, yeah.
Fanimation wanted to bring back and.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like it.
Yes.
You ever seen these things? These god awful.
Oh, that's one of those Panama gear driven.
It was
I've
a-
been wanting to see those for a
It's
while.
awful. It's
Yeah,
awful,
they
but it's
sound
very.
like an electric can opener.
Yeah, it's literally like a can opener.
Yeah, this one sounds like a can opener.
No
I've
way.
been
And
wanting
they-
to see those for
And they
so
tried to they had the like audacity to compare that to like a cast iron fan. They're just like, oh, it's at least as good as a Hunter
all
original.
plastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
no,
like
I
cheapies.
don't think so.
Very cheapy, and then also because it's a gear driven thing, it sounds like
Yeah.
an electric can
Yeah.
opener when it
Oh
runs.
my god.
It's
It's one of the
awful.
worst
It's
not
obnoxious.
falling.
I want to test that one.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, well, let's see if I can.
I'm not opposed to that.
Blades will- I know what blades are here. It's just how I store.
Have you ever seen a fancied up blender fan before? Royal
Oh,
Windine.
Royal Windine.
Yeah, that one. They basically just prettied up a Emerson blender and made it look ornate, but it's still just a blender fan.
Yeah.
Why do they call it a blender fan?
Oh,
So,
that was Dan's and
one
his
of-
friend's terms.
Yeah, one of
Okay.
Dan's friends once described it as looking like a blender with blades stuck in the bottom, and it just became a collector term.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
the
this was
reason
probably
when he
15,
was a
20 years
kid,
ago.
When he was like a young kid, and this friend of his would follow him on looking at fans, just kind of went with him on it. And when he did, he said, "Hey, those fans look like blenders up there."
They look like blenders with blades stuck on them, so that's what they,
but then
where
later
the term
on,
came from.
to see him again at another place and say, "Hey, look, it's those blender-like fans again."
Oh my gosh.
Because they were common.
And Emerson never even had, like, they changed the name of those things so many times, it's easier to just call it a blender fan. I mean, they called them a heat fan, they called it a Universal Series, they called it Casablanca Series. It's all these names, like, it's just...
I've seen this one. This is the Spirit of Saturn.
This
right?
one? Yeah. Well, no, this is a Spirit of Saturn copy, I think, because it wouldn't have that kind of switch cap. But they were copying the Casablanca Spirit of Saturn. So
Do you guys have one of those?
I'm sure Pete does. Pete, do you have a Spirit of Saturn somewhere? Pete, do you have an actual Spirit of Saturn somewhere?
At my storage.
Okay.
Back in Milwaukee, I have my own storage by the band spot.
Oh, nice.
Literally around the corner from it.
Jackson's watched those videos before, and I always thought they were so beautiful.
Which one?
The Spirit of
Oh.
just ones, like ceiling fan video.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Mom picked one she liked. One was,
Yes, in fact, I actually got
classy
fan
looking.
owners. In fact, from like, let's see how.
You get a lot of people who see the stuff like this and it goes right in the garbage because they just think it's like, oh, it's old, it's not, it's ugly, whatever.
Jackson's picked so many. Like, he's not super like social with adults.
Right.
And so, like, he's done this like 3 times. He'll be with friends and he'll see somebody's like in their garage and they got a ceiling fan in their garbage. So then he comes and says, "Mom,
I've done
they'll
that.
give it to me?" And I said, "Go ask him." He's like, "Will you go ask him?" I said, "No, you're gonna have to go ask him." And he has acquired like 3 from other people.
Oh.
They were tossing out.
I've pulled Casablancas out of the garbage, like, because some of these ritzy neighborhoods, they'll just toss anything. So I drive by on garbage day and start picking them up. Some of which I resell for a profit. So
I never knew.
you know what? It's like they throw away good
Some
stuff.
of them are, a lot of them are
Yeah.
very valuable. If they're
Casablanca is like, but then again, you get the opposite problem sometimes too, where people are just like, oh my god, Casablanca, it's $500.
It's like, no, it's not. No.
It's not $500, but it's not $5 either. Actually.
Right. Well, he got that Hunter original.
Really?
For $300.
Oh man. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
It was 65. We could not find, like, if we would have waited to talk to Dan,
Right.
maybe you guys could have found it.
Oh, we could have got
But,
it
like,
much
we
cheaper.
cruised eBay all over, and
It was.
they
eBay.
said 300 plus 80 for shipping. We came down.
Sounds about right for eBay. They do that.
Yeah.
It's eBay markup's kind of crazy.
Well, there's a whole story. Like, he had done this auction. He asked me. We allowed it. We
Was
followed it
non-stop.
for one auction after 6 days. Waited another few. They printed up the shipping label, and he won it for like 75. It was a Hunter original.
Really? Okay.
Not brand new or anything. The one he got was brand new. in
The
the box.
old ones are usually better anyway.
Well, it was from 85 brand new.
Oh,
in the
still in the
box.
box.
It
Very
hadn't
nice.
even been a box yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a really good find.
So then they backed out. Like, printed the shipping label, probably found out it was going to be more to ship it than he bought it for.
That's...
And they said, "Sorry, we'll refund your money. This isn't going to work." So then it was like the worst day ever, and it turned in. That's how we got connected with Dan all in one day.
Okay.
And then he was able to.
I actually connected with Dan back in 2009. I would have been 14 then.
Really?
And asking for a blender fan after I lost an eBay auction. So.
No way.
And I didn't actually meet him in person until a few years ago, but like I had emailed him using my parents' email account like when I was a teenager.
Oh my God.
It's the same thing. It's you end up you stumble upon the same guy.
About all the boxes, I said these are all actual fans, complete fans in banana boxes. These were all in Dan's mom's basement.
No.
In fact, there's a video on it. It was the very first of Reese 10 years ago.
Oh, I've seen a Reese video. I watched.
And also
That
there
the
was
first of Reese.
there was also a big Jonas appearance when we were moving all these boxes too. That was
the first Jonas.
that was your first experience with him.
Well, Jackson will have to show me tonight.
It's pretty
He'll have
fun.
to show
Yeah,
us.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
He is House on the Rock in the form of a person.
I can't wait. I'm gonna go get my pop. All
Come
right.
on, don't.
Will you grab me?
I like how these bushes.
We still got the office and the other side room too.
2 more rooms, then you gotta test fans.
Yes, if you're watching, these are all for sale, and I could bring them to Fanimation if there's anything people want.
The only hotel I know of that has vintage fans. Not to say there aren't others, but I haven't found them. That's well, right?
That's the one.
Because Yeah, it's not crazy expensive.
No, it was so reasonable, under 100.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Sometimes that one's more than 100, so I think it just kind of depends on the weekend. Yeah,
Those things are cool. They actually just came out with a brass one. Did you see that?
Oh no.
There's a brass one. Not well. It's like I don't satin brass, whatever you want to call it. But there's a goldish one.
Yeah, I have one of those and
white
a
ones, yeah.
flower fan in my hallway.
Nice. They're fun because you can put them pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere where there's a light socket.
Yeah.
Oh,
those things, yeah.
You got antiques there.
Oh yeah.
These are all like pushing 80 to 90 years old.
Oh yeah.
Over here, these guys are all old timers.
There's more old timers in there
Oh
too.
man, yeah.
We kind of matched. I think we matched.
Yeah.
You know, with what's in there is
There's
kind of
one Emerson, one Westinghouse, and one Hunter.
Yes,
And I think that's loosely what we did in the other room.
Yeah, that's
Two
yeah,
Westinghouses, but still, it's the same setup though.
Yep, yeah, preheat fluorescent lights.
Oh yeah. This room needs a little TLC with some of the lighting. A couple of them are out at the moment, but we'll get on that. I have a couple ballasts saved up to fix that.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is like 100 years old. It's like 1920s.
Westinghouse Sidewinder.
That is cool.
And then that one's like 1930s, old Emerson long nose.
Long nose, and another R.
40, like I think mid 40s R&M, or Hunter
This is another adapter.
R52.
Yep, as an adapter.
Oh
And
yeah.
then the other Westinghouse Sidewinder back there.
But it's still kind of interesting how this is from like the 1940s, and yet you could still buy basically the same thing today.
Yeah.
I mean, virtually the same thing. It looks
Works
about
the same
yeah,
way.
same concept.
And
a lot of
one
originals.
these, there's the Gary, Indiana.
Oh yeah, that's a long story. I have a fan I'm restoring. Well, I actually finished it already, but that's the parts I didn't use. It was in a store. It was abandoned for 30 years, so
Yeah.
it's in bad shape.
Banana fan.
Yes.
Yeah, let's turn these on high.
Oh yeah. Yes. Let
Turn
me.
these on high so you can
Oh, ever seen a light bulb like this?
No.
No,
That's a big guy.
High wattage.
Yeah. That
Used to be in a
is
lot of ring lights.
750 watts
Yeah.
for that guy.
Holy cow, that's almost like
That's
a
a
street light.
that's a lot of watts. Yeah. Okay, let's throw the office.
Incandescent.
Yeah.
Like what used to be in schools.
Here's the office fans on.
Yeah. Yeah, that one long nose is reverse pitch.
Yeah. See, it spins clockwise instead of counterclockwise,
Yes,
but it's still
most
down
fans
there.
are counterclockwise for downward
Right.
air.
And I always am a little sketched out by that because these old ones that hang. Now, it's fine in this instance because Pete knows what he's doing, but if you mount it on a hook, if it's going that way, it's torquing the opposite way, so it could, in theory, unscrew itself. Pete used the U-bolt, which can't unscrew. It's literally bolted right to the ceiling, so.
right.
But I always found that interesting. They weren't too worried about that. But yeah, no, there's... And then basically like all the new in box storage, basically everything that's still in, it's factory packaging, but it's old somehow.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess that about concludes it, right?
Yeah,
I
at
think
least
that's
the-
about everything, at least for the main
Yeah.
part of the barn.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, we'll shut these off. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up so we can start testing fans.
Okay.
Okay, so anything else you guys want to say?
Foreman on the job.
Okay, well then how about thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
And
Bye.
you don't know what to say at the end of the videos?
Thanks for watching.
And
Comment, like, and subscribe.
No.
you don't remember our slogan?
What's the thing we use to control fan speeds when it's hard to reach?
They're too hard to
Are
reach.
your hard to reach ceiling fans getting you down?
Oh, I can't believe it.
I can explain the lore of this if you really want to know.
Fan stick. Fan stick.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Okay.
bye fans.
Bye, Van Stick.